There are so many talks that are happening this week. There's about 30 talks total for this whole summit. And today, I'm going to be talking about how to reduce inflammation and pain. So, this summit, I'm so excited for you to watch it because it's 7 days long. It's a huge event. I put this event together for the past couple months. It took a lot of long hours, a long time, a lot of organization to put this summit together. And this summit is called Rheumatoid Arthritis and Autoimmune Summit. But it's not only about rheumatoid arthritis, it's about autoimmune disease in general. And I put it together because I want you to have the tools to get better with your inflammation, your pain, your rash, your brain fog, your fatigue. There's so many things we can do to help with those different symptoms and conditions. And just to highlight some of the speakers in this summit that's happening this week, I'm gonna go over some of them right now. So day one that's happening today, and if you haven't signed up today, please sign up for the event. The event link is on my intro video on my YouTube channel. So the first day, one of the highlight speakers is Dr. Simone Singla. She's also a rheumatologist, but she's also an integrative rheumatologist. So she is a pediatric rheumatologist. So she sees a lot of pediatric arthritis, lupus, and some of these other conditions. And she has arthritis herself. So her and I share a common bond in that we're both rheumatology patients and rheumatologists as well. So she's going to be talking about some lifestyle factors, supplements, and things she does in her clinic that helps with patients with rheumatic diseases in children. And also, I want to highlight Dr. Darren Ingalls. He's a naturopathic doctor, but he's also a colleague and friend of mine. And what makes him so special is that he not only has an autoimmune condition himself, but he has also experienced Lyme disease also. And we talk about Lyme disease in that talk, in that summit on day one, which is happening today. We talk about the dangers of Lyme disease and how Lyme disease can mimic autoimmune conditions and can cause inflammation as well. Now, I'm going to go on to day number two. So day number two is special. We have Clint Pattison, the founder of the Pattison program. If you have rheumatoid arthritis, you probably have heard of his program and how wonderful it is. So he's a patient. He's not a doctor, but he's a patient that has figured out how to heal himself with his rheumatoid arthritis. And also we have Cheryl Crow as well. Cheryl Crow is an occupational therapist, and she herself has rheumatoid arthritis. So I've put together a lot of different practitioners and clinicians who have autoimmune conditions themselves. And on day number three, some of my mentors and friends, I have Dr. Neil Nathan, who has treated a lot of patients with mast cell activation syndrome, Lyme disease, and mold toxicity. I bring him on to talk about mold. Why am I talking about mold? Because I see it in my own clinic. I see patients with mold toxicity, or also called mycotoxic illness, that actually causes inflammation and flares in my own patients. So I talk to him about mold, heavy metals, and Lyme disease. And I bring on my colleague, Dr. Nisha Manik. She is a Mayo trained rheumatologist. But not only is she a rheumatologist, she has also trained with a physicist after her rheumatology training because she figured out there was something else missing. So she blends physics and science with rheumatology together. So she brings a lot of mind-body medicine component to this talk. So I'm very excited for you to hear about her talk on day three. And on day four, I have also a couple friends and colleagues of mine. So Dr. Nam Lee, she's an acupuncturist. She works nearby me. She has a lot of followers on Instagram. She has blown up in the past couple months on social media. So she talks about the power of acupuncture and qi. Dr. Kelly McCann is another integrative doctor. She's an internist and she treats a lot of patients with mast cell activation syndrome. So I'm excited for you to hear her talk as well. And we know that hormones affect autoimmune disease a lot, but we don't hear about that at all when you talk to your doctor or, sorry, something just popped on my screen. But I'm going to bring on Dr. Felice Gersh, who is an integrative OB-GYN doctor. She used to work at USC. She's now in private practice. She actually works near me. She works in Irvine. But I'm bringing her on because she's going to talk about estrogen, progesterone, and these different hormones and how they affect autoimmune disease. And I know that it can affect autoimmune disease, but a lot of doctors don't. So I'm going to bring her on day 4 to talk about this very topic. And on day 5, I'm excited to bring on Jason Prawl, who has traveled the world, did a documentary on the blue zones, which are places that live the longest in the world. And Dr. Ailey Cohen, she recently wrote a book called Detoxify. And Detoxify is about environmental toxins. She's also a rheumatologist and a friend of mine. We actually went through the same training program. She trained. I'm also excited to talk about detoxifying environmental toxins with you all. That's a huge component of what I do in my own clinic with my patients. And there's 2 more days. So day number 6, I have an integrative dermatologist that I'm bringing on. And I'm also bringing on James and Dahlia Marin, Married to Health. They're good friends of mine. And we talk about SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and mast cell activation syndrome as well, along with the power of food. So they're dear friends of mine. They're integrative, registered dietitians. I don't know any other dietitians that are like them. They're very, very special. So you should watch their talk as well. And on day 7, it's huge. A lot of my favorite speakers, Dr. Will Bolshevich, he's a New York Times bestseller, a friend of mine. My wife, Dr. Melissa Mandala, talks all about sleep. And then Dr. Sadia Aman, she talks about the thyroid and autoimmune diseases. Margie Bissinger talks about physical therapy, strong bones, and osteoporosis and how they affect autoimmune diseases. And also Dr. Ronnie Banik, she's an ophthalmologist, so we talk about uveitis, scleritis, and different autoimmune conditions that can affect the eye. So I'm all excited for all those talks. And also, I'm going to give you guys 2 tips that you guys should be aware of to reduce inflammation. And I see a lot of questions coming through, so I'm going to answer some of these questions if there's any questions coming up. So 2 tips that I have for you today, since you're watching live, on how to reduce inflammation through food, okay? Number 1, watch out for refined sugar. I know we can't all be perfect, but I would be highly avoid it. I would avoid as much as you can on refined sugars such as sodas, cakes, pastries, ice cream. All these foods can be very, very inflammatory. I used to flare so much eating these very foods. And this weekend was Mother's Day, so a relative of mine brought cake. I had a piece. I'm doing okay. But in general, I would highly recommend you avoid these foods because it can cause inflammation. And there are also studies with high salt. High salt can also cause flares. The WHO does recommend 2 grams at most of salt a day. New England Journal of Medicine came out with an article like 10 years ago, or maybe 8 to 10 years ago. I did a big talk on this at a university during my training program. High salt can work against the very drugs I give in rheumatology that try to suppress inflammation. So be careful of your salt intake. And I am so excited for you guys to hear about all these talks this week. And when you guys go through these talks, I'm going to be having a couple of programs that will be coming up that I'm putting together, such as courses and coaching programs as well, because I know a lot of you guys can't see me as a patient. Either I'm not licensed, or you're out of the country. I'm not licensed in your state, or I'm out of the country, or I'm just not in your budget, and that's fine. I'm creating different tiers of programs so you guys can be part of my community. You guys can ask me questions. I'll essentially be your guide and your coach in this, so we can work more closely together. Because there's a lot of things that I want to talk to you about on my YouTube channel, my Instagram, that I just don't have the chance to. I don't have the time to. So by going into the coaching program and the courses, you will be able to understand what I'm thinking about, and it's going to help your inflammation, because these courses I'm making so that you guys can reduce your inflammation, your pain, your rashes, your brain fog, your fatigue. I'm going to give you those tips. I cannot be your doctor, but at least I can be your coach. So, because your doctor is not going to be talking about these things in the clinic. So I'll be that extra guide and that extra hand because I'm a patient myself and I've gone through this. And also, I go through a lot of integrative conferences. So I'm up to date on the cutting edge integrative topics out there. So I talk about detoxification with my patients, toxins, diet, stress, sleep, Lyme disease, mold toxicity. I combine that all together in my clinic, and I'm going to bring that to you in a course, live Q&As, and coaching programs. And I'm going to be coming out with a podcast soon enough as well. So a lot of great, exciting things. I'm pretty much working full time, overtime, to do all this because I'm seeing patients a couple days a week in my clinic, and that's very challenging as well because there's a lot of things going on in that clinic. So I'm excited to bring all those things to you all. And Mary Agnes, if you have the chance, Mary Agnes is my marketing director. If you have the chance, you can put the Loom box into the link into the live Q&A. If not, I can put it in the description as well. The Loom box is a tool that I use. It's a red light therapy that I use to help with my inflammation and pain when I do get flares. I actually travel with this sometimes because you can put it in a carry-on because it's so small. But I'm gonna read some of these questions here so I can answer your questions. Let's see. Jasmine said, "I'm so excited. I have a daughter with DIA. Perfect. You want to listen to Dr. Simon Singla and many of the other talks in this summit because many of these talks are not just RA. It's not just adult arthritis. It's general autoimmune disease. I call it RA because all patients have rheumatoid arthritis, and we do have some focuses on RA, but we talk about psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, lupus, a lot of different autoimmune topics. Hey, thanks for putting this together, Doc. Much love from Oregon. No problem, K connecting. Also, someone said, Vanayak Bari said ankylosing spondylitis. Yes, we talk all about ankylosing spondylitis too. So you might not hear the word ankylosing spondylitis or specific diseases in this talk mentioned, but all the topics I talk about apply to all general autoimmune diseases. So you don't have to worry if I don't mention one specific disease that you have. I apply to all general autoimmune disease. Same thing goes for my videos. If I don't mention a specific autoimmune disease, then it's probably applying to all general inflammatory diseases. Do almonds cause inflammation rate? Great question. Almonds in general do not cause inflammation. They're actually very healthy. They have protein and fiber. I like eating it myself. Just make sure you don't get them highly salted with honey, with all these different things. Just get it raw. That's the best way of consuming them. But there's much more questions and answers I can do around almonds and nuts that I'm going to put in my course. It gets very nuanced. It gets very specific and gets very, I would say, individualized. Great. Tracy said, black pepper flares me up. It never used to in the past. Well, sometimes black pepper, your gut microbiome can change. So sometimes things that you can use to eat in the past, you might be having problems now. Or vice versa. Food that you might be having problems in the past could be causing problems now. So you just have to try different things out. Are you licensed in Mississippi? No, I am not licensed in Mississippi. So if I'm not licensed in your state, sometimes patients do see me in my clinic and I just can't prescribe medications, and they fly out to see me once a year in California to establish that patient-doctor relationship officially. Or I'm coming with a coaching program and courses which you can follow as well. Scotty says, I drink mushroom coffee every day. Do you think this coffee helps? It's hard to say. Patients can flare with many different things, but mushrooms in general can help with the autoimmune, not help with the autoimmune disease, but I would say can help with the immune system. So mushrooms are very good for you. I eat mushrooms. It has protein in it. It has fiber. I love mushrooms. Poppy said, hi, Doc. I'm watching South Africa. Great. Awesome. Infrared sauna good for jet? Yes, I love sauna. I love sweating because it can help with detoxification. So I have a sauna in my own garage. I use it's portable, and I can share with you guys later on what that is, but I love sauna. William says, about to travel in Japan, any specific that might cause a flare eating in Japan? Be careful of tuna. Tuna has high mercury, it's very high mercury, and mercury has been linked to flares and triggers of autoimmune conditions. So we have that in the articles out there. So be careful of mercury. And I'm going to be making a YouTube video on this in the future. Shushi Shanrai said, do infrared sauna have any benefit for inflammatory or vascular therapy? What's the right wave for RLT? I think if you have a red light therapy, they already have a setting on there for the right wavelength. So I don't think you have to mess with the wavelength settings. At least the one I have, it's already set already. I don't have to touch it at all. And saunas are great for sweating. Sweating can help with detoxification. And I think that's all the questions I have here. So be sure to watch the live today. You're going to be getting an email. If you haven't subscribed already or registered, go to the video, intro video in my channel. You can get the registration link there. And then you will get an email each day of the video. So for example, day one's today, you should be receiving an email of all the day one videos because they're all pre-recorded. I recorded this for like 4 months. It's 30 hours of talks. It's a lot of work. So you'll get that, and then when day one ends, then you won't get day one videos anymore. You won't have access. So you go on to day two, you'll get day two videos. If you want to watch the replays and get lifetime access, you just pay like $69 US dollars. You get lifetime access to the videos. And be aware that I am coming out with my coaching program, my courses, and I'm creating a community that you can go live Q&A with me every month. It's a very exciting time because I know the way I practice, my knowledge is very unique because I go to a lot of different conferences. I'm a patient, I'm a rheumatologist. I do a lot of integrative medicine in my practice using herbs, supplements, and I'm growing my own garden as well. I just planted 13 fruit trees. I just made a lot of vegetables and herbs in my garden. So I'll be teaching you about all these different benefits of these herbs and vegetables that I have in my garden and beyond. So I'm excited for you to be part of my community and to talk more in the future, to work more closely together, okay? And I'll be going live each day. So if you missed the live today, I'll be going live each day of this conference. So I'll be going live tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And the date of the live event will be in your emails from my marketing director. So watch out for that. So today and tomorrow is going to be the same time, 8 a.m. Pacific time. But Wednesday, Thursday will be in the evening time, at least my time, 8 p.m. Pacific time at night because I work during the day. So I will see you then. And then Dr. Mary Agnes, my marketing director, has been sending some messages out. Oh, let's look. There's more questions and answers. Let's see here. Can cool sculpting treatment for an obese be helpful for diabetes as it removes belly fat? I don't know much about that, but I know lymphatic drainage can be very useful. So maybe. Excited to hear more about your offerings. The question, coach. And question: I drink high sodium water for electrolytes due to colitis. What do you recommend for hydration? I think LMNT is great, but for hydration in general, I recommend natural stuff. Water, fruits, and vegetables. That has a lot of electrolytes already. So, but if you're having constant diarrhea and stuff, LMNT is fine with me too. What are your thoughts on having to use biologics while you're trying to heal naturally? I use biologics and medications in my clinic still. So biologics, I use them when necessary. I don't use them all the time because I have healed patients myself naturally through food, through integrated medicine practices, supplements, herbs, all that great stuff. So if you're not in severe pain, this is what I tell my patients, not you, but just an example. If my patient came to me, they were in very severe pain, they can barely walk, I put on medications or biologics right away, and then I work my way backwards to try to take them off medications eventually. I have lupus and a patient. Could lupus cause that? I don't know, but lupus can cause heart issues. I have a framed wrap. Is that good too? I can see the light. It's the side light. I don't know about what a framed wrap is. And then let's see. Any advice for gastritis? Yes, I can. There are a lot of supplements for gastritis and esophagitis, for acid reflux. If you go to my YouTube video, I made a YouTube video like, I don't know, 6 months ago, I think on, or maybe a YouTube reel, I'm not sure, but I'm going to creating another one in the near future on supplements that are great for acid reflux. There are a lot of them out there. I'm going through a herbal course right now. So, um, excellent. Let's see. Can you develop nodules even after going into remission? You shouldn't develop nodules after remission. If you develop nodules, there's something else going on. It could be just the arthritis. And I've already knew that methotrexate has been found. What can they add? Prednisone tapers aren't helpful either. It feels like I'm flaring for months. Sometimes patients need biologics. Sometimes patients need other supplements, herbs, and dietary changes. So in my course, I'm bringing my anti-inflammatory protocol that I give to my own patients in my clinic. All right. So I'm gonna be bring out that course in the near future. Go on the live so you can see the offerings for that course. It's not gonna be that expensive. Okay. There's a couple courses. There's gonna be one that's more expensive because I'm working directly with the group. It's gonna be group coaching. There's gonna be live Q&As almost every week, and it's gonna be my wife and I. My wife is she's an integrative family medicine physician, but she also got trained in integrative psychiatry as well. So she's gonna be doing that intensive course with me together on the lives, and there's gonna be a less inexpensive course that you can do it yourself. So I'll be teaching you through the videos, and you can do the course yourself as well. And it's a coaching program also. So I'm excited for you to all join me in the summit this week with 30 speakers. And just tell me what you think. And I hope you learn so much from this because I'm a patient myself. So not only am I a rheumatologist, but I'm a patient, and I know how important this information is for you all because I never got this information from my own doctor. And it sucks when you don't get any of this information from doctors, and there are people that talk about this stuff, but it's not the right information. So I'm trying to give you the best information possible to you. So thank you so much for being part of my community and be watching me on YouTube Live. It means so much for you to be joining me in this journey. When I started this YouTube channel, I didn't expect it to grow this much. I just made it because I want to get this information out to the world, and I want to educate you all. But it means so much that you are watching my videos and you're supporting me on this mission that I have to send all this information to the world, because I spend so much money going to all these conferences and going to all these courses to learn all these topics that regular doctors don't learn about. And it would be a shame if no one watched it. So thank you so much for supporting me. And I'll see you all at the live and at the conference and the summit. Okay, see you all. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific time.